Good morning, good winter morning, and welcome back to my New England vlog. I am so sorry I've been absent for a little while. I've been working full time and also having those 5 a.m. get ready with me's. It's been a lot of work with volunteering as well. I'm not going to complain. I'm so happy to be busy. I love all the work and I love keeping up with what's going on with the winter and with what everyone else is doing. But for my vlogging, it had to be on hold for a little while. So today is so important. I have to get the wood stove prepared for a really large snowstorm. We have some cold snaps coming, some wind that makes it seem a lot colder than it really is. But we're also getting some really wild single-digit temperatures here. Along with a possible snowstorm, so I'm keeping up with that. But the biggest important thing here is getting the wood stove prepped and ready. So I'm going to clean up all around it, the stove, just completely empty out everything around it, reassess what I have for the winter, and having the tools that I need to prepare for the season, all the gloves, everything, like the littlest thing. They're so important to make sure I have everything ready, so when the time comes, not struggling to figure out what I'm going to do to keep the house warm. And we have a humongous snowstorm on the way, supposedly. It's New England, so it could be a flurry, or it could be a tiny bit of rain, or it could be a big snowstorm. So I have to prepare for it. But our wood stove is a little bit rusty. It's a tiny bit rusty on the side. I don't know if you can see that, but I've been checking it out and it's smooth. So I'm going to clean that down, and for the first time I'm going to do a restore. I've never done something like this before, so I've learned a lot online. I'm now a wood stove restore expert. I just made that up, I'm not an expert. I was just about to start the project and then I realized I was wearing a shirt that will probably get really badly stained if I have this kind of like a black tar coal paint treatment, oily stuff. I've never used it before. This is the one I chose. There was a lot of people that said to go with this kind of like a shoe polish version, or go with this liquidy one, and this one is going to be pretty messy. I think they'll both be really messy, but I'm going to change my clothes because I don't want to get any stains. But we already got the wood. It's about 3 cords or 3.5 cords of wood, and I haven't stacked it up yet at all. I was waiting to stack everything. I just have that in 2 really large piles, and I have some crates and things. I was trying to get something built, but I wasn't able to get the crates, all of them, to me in time to build it, and that's a little disappointing. Not everything works out perfectly when you're working full-time, and I don't want this black gunk on me, so I've got, I've got some clothes on that are a little bit darker. So I'm going to use this steel wool. It's like an SOS pad without any of the chemical cleaner, that pink stuff that's like soaked inside the SOS pads. And using these trusty gloves to protect my hands. These have come in so handy. I got them on Amazon, a whole set, and I've been using it for any of my car related stuff, and now for this, because you don't want this in between your fingers or your fingernails. So what I understand you need to do is to scrub the rusty area, and I don't think it needs to be wet. I think you do it dry, which seems strange to me. I in my mind, I'm thinking I need some water and some solution. It feels pretty smooth. It's not, the rust is not raised, so it's not peeling. So I'm going to clean the whole area, just rub this down until I make sure it really feels like the rust is gone as much as I can before I do the treatment. notice how rusty this stove was in certain spots. I only thought it was on the outsides, but now I'm seeing, since I'm looking really close, there's rust in little nooks and crannies right here. So I'm so glad I have so many of these pads to clean up everything. And I don't know if you can see it, but this is much darker than this. I've mentioned this before, and that's because we had to have this glass plate. It was replaced, and when it was replaced, they had to take the whole entire door off. This is extremely heavy. They took the whole door off, they brought it back, put it on, and they had polished this whole entire area here. And I had no idea that you should do that or could do that. And seeing the difference, that's what's going on there. So that's what's going to happen. We're going to try to restore the original darkness of this wood stove, clean it up for the first time ever. And yeah, hopefully it will be really black like this door. It's been a little while since that's been added on, so maybe that will be even more darker. And yeah, it's pretty clean, but I have to wipe it down after I do this. Ooh, there's a little bit there that was missed, a little bit of ash. I have to wipe it down after with a cloth, and then I can do the polishing part after I'm finished with this. That is dirty. This handle's really loose, so I'm going to try to figure out how to tighten that. It wasn't easy to tighten with my fingers, so I'm going to see if I can get some tools and tighten that up. I can't really get that part right there to stay with me to tighten, and this doesn't have anything on the other end. It's just this right here, and it's all the way at the end here. Is it supposed to go down there and hold it through? This is no, it has to unlock here, so it must be at this point that needs to be tightened, but I can't do it. So I'm going to, it's not going to fall out, I know that. It's locked in at the moment, but I'd like it to be tighter. I think it's just way too loose. I'm gonna hold off on that for now because I really couldn't get it to tighten. That's the last time it's going to be looking this clean for a really long time, because once we get this lit, it's going to be so hot throughout the season, I won't be able to clean that again. But gosh, that's so beautiful. I love being able to see that elm tree design right on top. It says the elm right here, and it's Vermont Iron Stove Works. And this has been with me for a really long time. It's so wonderful. It keeps everything so nice and warm. And this is the brick layout they have here, so it protects the bottom. So this is protecting it from damaging the bottom and falling out. But this is just a beautiful wood stove, and I really can't wait to restore it with this black goo that's coming up. I think I'm going to make tea while I wait for this to fully dry before I get to doing the actual restore part. I heard this part is pretty messy, and I had to get the cat out of here. She really wanted to be really involved. It's moving really nicely because it's so liquidy. If I just pour a tiny bit there, you can see how liquidy it is. And I wish I had a sponge, the art one, so I can get into these nooks and crannies. Well, now I know what town the stove is from, Warren. I had no idea. I never even saw that before until now. Whew, I have to open the windows up. The fumes are a little too strong. Gotta get some air in here right now. But after 15 minutes to buff it all out, I think there's a bit of a gloss. I mean, honestly, it's a bit of a matted wood stove anyway. It's not a very shiny wood stove, and it's a little bit of a rough texture. I can see the bits now. That's okay. I think they're a little bit better. Or is that just part of the paint? I'm not sure. The original paint, because it has this texture to it, but it is way better looking than it was before. It looks so much nicer. It's all black again and not that like light gray. Now you can see the difference with the door. See how the black matches? I mean, that looks so nice. So I'm going to clean this up, get it ready to light the first fire because you have to cure it, I think the word is. So let's get to clean up and check on some wood. This will be enough for about 2 days. I have to get more tomorrow for sure because there's going to be the storm coming, and this is going to help me start everything. And these are contraband. Halo will eat them. She eats them all the time. She even eats these little pine needles, like the tiniest little pine needles she'll find and eat, and they make her sick. She's not supposed to eat them. No one is. So I have to find them all and throw them out. I have to really do that every single time. It's kind of a pill. She's just waiting right now at the door for when she can get the pine needles. I hope she sees that I saw her. But this is the fire to cast this, or to get this cured. That's the word. To cure this, not cast it. The fire to cure this, and I have to open all the windows and leave, so it's going to be kind of a waste of resources. But we need this to be lasting for a long, long time, so